This is the All Things Nerd Podcast, Season 4, Episode 35. On tonight's show, it's all the Fandome reactions. We got to see all the trailers from last Saturday's Fandome experience, the first part of the Fandome experience, the part that everybody really cares about. And we're going to give our thoughts and reactions to those. But there was a lot of other news that came out as well, so we have to hit on some of those topics, including one unfortunate event that just happened that we'll open the show with. Along with that, we got Nick Cage to talk about because he's got more acting roles. And Dunkin' Donuts, it's pumpkin season. How would you let people know? That and much, much more. So without further ado, here's the intro. Hello to all the Geek Enthusiasts and Nerd Aficionados. This is Mess5150 welcoming you back to another All Things Nerd podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about what's been going on in the nerd, geek, and pop culture headlines for the last week. So, like I said, I had a brain fart there really quick because we got some devastating news right before this cast started. The actor that played Black Panther, Jackie Robinson, James Brown, other roles, but those being the most iconic for him. Chadwick Boseman passed away at the age of 43 of cancer, and it came as kind of a blow to all of us. So we'll get everybody's thoughts on it real quick, but I did want to open up this show with a moment of silence for Chadwick Boseman. It's an unfortunate thing. We all believe in Wakanda forever, and it really, really sucks that this happened. What do you guys think when you heard the news? I mean, it's a brand new. It just came out of nowhere for us. So,
well, I mean, I just saw it as I was getting ready to log into the room so we can record, and I saw in our thread that it popped up, and I'm like, oh snap! What did I just miss? But yeah, it's just, man, it sucks because I saw a report a couple weeks ago that he hadn't been coming out and didn't look too well, but didn't really say what was going on. Didn't realize it was that serious, and then all of a sudden it's out of nowhere. Well, I guess it wasn't out of nowhere, but it just kind of hit you, and it's like, damn, all right.
Yeah. No, several of us heard just right before we were doing sound setup and all that, and I mean, I didn't even think he was 42. That dude looked amazing. 43. I thought he was mid to late 30s, maybe. That's tragic. I have a friend that passed away at a similar age recently from the same sort of thing. So it hurts, man. Yeah. It's. Did you have anything, Super?
Yeah, colon cancer.
I think that's the consensus for all of us. We also have a new member. We're testing him out here on the show. We'll see how he does. Pull your mic down a little bit, Kat Sadal. We'll get your introduction first once we get into Get Your Geek On, but because this threw things for a loop, a little different. We could hear your nose. That's what I was saying. Pull the mic down a little bit. Sorry. But did you have any thoughts?
It was very surprising. Like I said, talking with you guys before the chat, he wasn't looking very, last pictures I saw, he was looking very skinny. I thought he was just getting ready for a new film or something, and just all of a sudden, so it's a very saddening day. Like I said, this Wakanda forever. That's the best way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you just said it right there. Like, it looked like he was getting ready for a role. Like the article I saw was that he was dropping pounds and possibly getting ready for a new role coming up, and didn't even hint to the fact of him being sick or anything like that. So that's, whether that was his team and his group holding it back or just kind of doing what they're doing. But, that just kind of sucks, and, thoughts and prayers out to him and his family. And, I think we've all been affected by cancer in one way or another. So we all know that there's just, nothing with on that shit. And it just sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's got to be that the team is holding it back because several of the articles that I've seen said that it's been 4 years. He's been fighting it for 4 years.
I literally, because when did Black Panther come out? Is it 3 years ago now?
2017, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So since 2016. So we saw him at. Well, no, it was the year it came out. So we saw him at Comic-Con in 2017, never would have known. Never. I mean, the personality that was on stage, the smiles out of his when he saw the trailer for the first time because they hadn't seen it yet. The excitement. I mean, you never would have known that this is somebody that's battling a potential death, which is what it ended up coming to. So it sucks. It really, really sucks. I'm sure Marvel's got a lot on their plate to figure out with what's going to go forward, but I want to thank him and his family. Hopefully the prayers
I'm glad
are
I
out
got to
there.
see him do what he did.
Yeah, but bringing that forefront of that character and being as milestone as that role was is pretty awesome.
2020.
Yeah.
2020.
And look at the Black Panther role, like what an entire community and the world has taken for what he did and portrayed in that role. Like it wasn't just a comic book character like he played and portrayed over the last 4 years. It was something that elevated an entire movement. So it was more than just a character. It was more than just an actor. It was what he brought to it and what was given out of that one role. And it's not very often where something elevates to that level, and he did that with that one role.
Yeah. So, it's gonna be a hard one. We're not professionals, but unfortunately, we have to try and act like professionals for this cast. So we're gonna move on. But once again, our thoughts and prayers go with Chadwick Boseman's family, his loved ones, and we appreciate what he gave us and what we're able to look back on with his roles. So let's move on to what this show's about, and that's the geek, the nerd, the pop culture. This cast is brought to you by Malice-Corp.com. You can head over to the website if you want to find any previous episodes. We do record this live every Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern on Twitch at twitch.tv/Malice Corp. If you are HJZ Grok, Red Meepaw, Peteopolis, and anybody else that I didn't catch, you know that we record it live because you're here. Thank you for coming and joining us. Thank you for being a part of the show. That's why we do this live, so that other people can come and give us their thoughts and their reactions. It's pretty much across the board. Everybody thinks 2020 sucks. It's a bag full of dicks I see in there. Bag full of rotting maggot-filled corpses. Yeah, it sucks. So that's the consensus in the chat room. So I don't know what else to say beyond that, other than the way that we usually open this show is, if I could get this set right here, is with the thing that we call Get Your Geek On.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, Getting Your Geek On is the things that we've been doing for the last week. Things that we think you should check out, because not everybody has enough time in the day to actually go spend their time, or things that you should go back and take a look at, as Icy Zora will tell us. Along with things that if you came across that were terrible that you shouldn't even mess with, we'll let you know. You can let us know in the chat room, because we want those opinions and those thoughts for things that we should stay away from. It's also how we let you know who's here on the show. I am Mess5150, your host. Joining me on the cast, we have Icy Zorro. How are you, sir? What have you been geeking out on?
I'm fantastic. I've been getting a little retro lately, but to start off my day, I watched Bill and Ted. I know I'm not going to talk about plot at all. It literally came out today. No, I'm giving zero spoilers. I'm saying you should watch it. I'll just leave it at that. And then I've been kind of, like I said, I've been getting a little bit retro. I watched the first season of Cheers recently, but within this last week, I have watched almost five out of the 6 seasons of The Wonder Years. And God, I love that show. I don't know if you guys have the same kind of memories of seeing that show when you're a kid like I do, but I identify with it really, really hard. I feel like that was also my story, but like 20 years different. Still love Fred Savage, Winnie Cooper, forever. I mean, did you guys see Wonder Years when you were growing up? Like, is that a common experience for everybody?
I watched it and missed a lot of it, and then went back and rewatched the entire thing on Netflix about 4 or 5 years ago. So I never actually saw the ending. Now. I never actually saw the ending where you get the whole back. You get explained what happens the rest of the years.
The Breakfast Club ending.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish I would have watched everything through when it first happened, because while they replaced a lot of the music, and I think they did a good job with the music they replaced, I don't know what the
They replaced a lot of the music. It's on the Wikipedia article. I get deep into when I'm binging these shows. I look up everything. The one main thing that I can't stand that they had to replace is that opening from Joe Cocker. With a little help from my friends, it's not the same version that was originally there, and it sounds terrible now. The guy's singing with like a country twang. I don't understand why that's happening. I skip the opening song every time.
Is it on Netflix or Hulu?
It's on Hulu now.
Hulu, right? That's what I thought. I thought I saw it on there. I was a year old when that show started, so I caught like the last season and a half, and kind of gone back a little bit here and there. But actually, it's funny you mentioned Wonder Years, because that goes into what I was watching this week and my thoughts of last night. So I will get that to in a little bit.
Okay. Sorry, I'm reading this chat's really good, talking about what they're doing, but the I didn't get to all the points for Chadwick, but we didn't bring it up. We brought it up before the cast, but we said he played Jackie Robinson, which was 42. And number 42, and he passed away on Jackie Robinson Day, which is today. So that's just eerie, crazy, weird coincidence. And then it's so sad. He was good at Black Panther, and that we're all his loved ones. Red Meatpaw said. There was another one on here that was really good. HJZ Grok. I'm geeking way back to Drop Dead Diva, a show about a model who dies and comes back into the body of a lawyer. That's what that show's about. I used to see that on on the notifications all the time. I didn't know that's what it was actually about. And then Masonic Vader's doing Cobra Kai on Netflix. On Netflix? It's not just on YouTube anymore? They moved it?
As of
1 and 2.
Oh. Well, hell. I know what I'll be watching.
Hasn't come out yet. Season 3 hasn't come out yet, and I'm betting when it does, you're going to need YouTube Premium for it.
Well, I thought that season 3 or something like that they were working on it being on straight to Netflix, or season 4 or something like that straight to Netflix, because I remember them talking about it when everything started happening, and about like they made a different opportunity, because they originally met with Netflix before they even first started shooting the first season. So I think there's supposed to see something coming up in the next year or two regarding where that ends up.
Okay.
Masonic Vader says yes, season 3 is going to Netflix. So.
Nice. That's good to know. Okay. Bearded Master joins us back on the cast. What have you been geeking out on, Bearded?
Well, a few different things. Actually, I want to give a thank you to some of the geeking out that was given in prior episodes, because I've gone through and started watching Doom Patrol on HBO, and my God, I don't know why I didn't start that shit earlier.
So good.
I love Brendan Fraser. My goodness, it was good to see him back on TV. But yeah, that last week they had the release of High Score, which was like a 6 or 7 episode show on Netflix. If you haven't checked that out, it's definitely worth the watch. It's basically the walkthrough of video games. Hits NES, hits Super NES. There's an episode on Fight, which is obviously going to talk about Street Fighter 2, or Street Fighter, and then obviously the Street Fighter 2, which everyone loves, and Mortal Kombat, and all the way they'll do there. And so it's definitely a great show to watch. It's quick, I think 45-minute episodes, and again 6 or 7, so it's not too bad if you're a video gamer, or even if you love good documentaries, or a fan of the shows that made us or the toys that made us. It's along those lines, so definitely something worth watching. And then to follow up with IC said regarding Wonder Years, I started rewatching Boy Meets World. Another Savage Brothers.
Savage Brothers. Nice.
I didn't grow up with the Wonder Years, because that was like as I was hitting like my later toddler years, as I was ending.
You went with the younger brother. Got it.
But Boy Meets World was like going on, like that was my life. Like it literally was aging as I was aging. And so my thoughts,
your Topanga is my Winnie.
Exactly. I was young enough to where I could appreciate Winnie Cooper, but I was also, enjoyable to have, Danielle Fishel. But anyways, what my thoughts last night were regarding both of them. What was the more mammoth show, Wonder Years or Boy Meets World?
Wonder Years.
Because what? No, was it? No.
Yeah,
Boy Meets World had one more season and 60 more episodes. That let me put it this way: you talk about the finale and the end of Wonder Years. That season finale, the series finale of Boy Meets World still brings a tear to my eyes.
The first season of Wonder Years was only 6 episodes, and Fred Savage became the youngest person ever to win Best Actor Emmy for it. It's that good.
I mean, we got Knight Rider. We got Knight Rider, man.
And Boy Meets
John
World
Adams.
gets a hokey Disney Girl Meets World
Nah,
spin-off.
you can't compare those two.
But Wonder Years is getting a full remake of what was it like in the 60s as a black family. So I mean,
that's not even the same boat. That's like saying that the Brady Bunch is getting remade with a black family. It's not the same.
But here's the thing. So as I'm watching Wonder Years, I'm like, man, I haven't seen a show like that in a while. And then I thought, wait, no, I literally binged one earlier. The exact same premise, fresh off the boat. It just happens to be Asian people in Florida rather than white bread people in who knows where.
Mm-hmm. Squirreboy Nemo says The Secret Life of Alex Mack is where it's at.
Alex Mack, yes.
Oh, man.
HJZ Grok says Wonder Years was a drama. Isn't Boy Meets World a comedy? Yeah, they're two separate things.
No,
I mean, it had a dramatic moment.
No, they're like the same. They both like flirt with that line of drama and comedy.
As I'm rewatching through Wonder Years, I did not remember how much
World
was
gets an unfair brush because of the character Eric. I mean, he's a very comedic character, but
plays with squirrels.
Look at the fight that was started just by 2 different binges.
And Minkus or whatever his name was.
Yes, Stuart Minkus. Yes, who goes on to play Mouth in One Tree Hill. Just throwing references out there.
Masonic Vader says Wonder Years had fewer episodes and one less season. We are all still talking about it. So yeah.
Go to sleep.
All
You're drunk.
I know is between you two watching Wonder Years and Boy Meets World, the Savage Brothers binge sounds like a fantastic title for something. It needs to be
That's my favorite 80s cover band.
Fred Savage was in like the season 6 of Boy Meets World. Just saying.
I know.
Yeah, and you know what? And his little brother was in the first season of Wonder Years.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep the new guy waiting longer since we've only gotten to 2 people introduced. So we're gonna go to Super Hoovian Freak.
I apologize.
And ask what she's been geeking out on and what the masses should be checking out.
I watched the first half of Lucifer season 5, which was pretty good.
No spoilers.
It was fun to watch him play off each other. Well, I mean, because Tom Ellis is playing the dual role of Lucifer and also Michael, his twin brother Michael.
Oh wow!
Who has an American accent?
With his American accent was just weird. So that was kind of fun. And then they brought one of my favorite actors in to play a new character this season. I will never remember this guy's name, but he's President Palmer from season 1 of 24 or however many seasons of 24.
You mean the Allstate guy?
Yeah, the Allstate guy.
That's what
I'll never remember.
There's literally a commercial about how everybody knows him because he's the Allstate guy.
Hold on, he was also in Major League also.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, I forgot.
Speaking of 24, did you hear that Kiefer's came back to Fox and said he was ready to come back if they want to make another season?
Yes.
Boom.
I mean, he looks the same. Why not?
I mean, he looks like the same as he was in Lost Boys. I mean, just dye his
No
hair.
Alicia Cuthbert, no show.
Yeah.
Well, we finally have to introduce him because he's new to the cast. We're testing him out, see how he does. Kat Sadao is joining us. I mean, Squireboy Nemo jumped in and said, "Who the F is Kat?" So, Takamania's in there. Welcome, Takamania, and welcome Johnny Bon Johnny as well into the chat.
Oh shit, we just got raided by a bunch of wrestling cast.
Hey, I'm down with raiding. That's fine.
What's up, Mr. Mike Farrell? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, Cats. Who are you? What have you been geeking out on? And yeah.
So, my name is Katz. I am obviously the other Robert for some people. So, like I said, I've known these guys for a long, long time. And they got me on the stream, which I really appreciate it. Pretty much what I've been geeking on. I've actually been rewatching Arrow. I'm so behind on that. So I'm only on the first season. And then pretty much I visit my comic book store actually each day. And pretty much here is my geek moment for the week. Mystery in Space. I don't know if you guys can see that, but pretty much is a homage cover from the original 1953 comic book of Adam Strange, So I've been reading that, and Strange
Right.
Adventures was really good, actually. The new by Tom King. I would really highly recommend checking that out. It's a great comic book. Then issue 5, I think, comes out next week. But pretty much that's all I've been doing. So
It's been so long since I've seen the first season of Arrow. I don't even remember what happens in it, other than like he comes back and like, oh, he was on an island at some point. Cool.
Picked up a comic this week myself. Picked up 3 Jokers. Still have to read episode 1.
I heard 3 Jokers was fantastic. So
I got it the other day. I haven't sat down to watch it yet.
So
or
was-
read it yet.
So was that a new comic, Cats, that came out, or is what?
no, these are just older comics. I'm actually collecting a lot of Silver Age right now,
Oh,
so I'm
nice.
going back into old school right now. So, and pretty much I can show you guys comics all day, but that'll be later. No problem
Yeah.
right now.
I have a leaning tower of comics next to me. I'm not busting those out. Okay. It is I, Mess5150. My Geek Out this week has been another anger-infused one, and it's called Funko Shopping. I hate your website. Don't buy Funko Pops whenever they're exclusive, because I tried to get the Funko Star Wars Celebration cut. I can't remember the name of the, but the what they thought characters would look like before they actually look like. I can't remember what they call them when they draw the picture. Concept. Yes, the concept pops of Darth Vader, Boba Fett, Chewbacca, and Starkiller. Not Skywalker, because it wasn't Skywalker yet. Starkiller. First Boba Fett and Darth Vader sold out on me, and then it made me go back to the beginning to try and buy the other 2, and then Starkiller sold out, and lo and behold, I finally got Chewbacca. So I got Chewbacca, I didn't get any of the other ones, and they're all on eBay for like over $100,
$7,000
pop.
roughly.
Can we just say that the Chewbacca
So you got a
concept
hairy
looks
Chewbacca
like
as
he
your
looks like
Funko.
a hairy swamp thing. Like that concept was horrendous.
Yeah, no, but it's still really cool pops. I mean, I was so mad. And of course, you know, I missed the announcement by 30 minutes that the Darth Vader shared exclusive went on sale, so it sold out before I got to it. So yeah, I got the Chewbacca, but I wanted the 2 that I wanted the most was the Boba Fett and the Darth Vader, and of course the Boba Fett is only on the Funko shop, so it's going to be the most expensive to get. And they talked about how they combat the bots, but don't tell me you combat bots if I see it all over eBay. Enough said. Don't buy Funko. Don't get stuck in it. Don't get stuck in it. You'll never get out of it. That's my advice of Geek Out for the day.
You should see our writers chat room. They talk about pop, Funko all the time. Don't get it's an addiction. Don't do it.
Yeah.
They just released some new WWE Funkos with the Macho Man.
They
from
look
his-
so great.
the-
Except I don't like
Rock.
the Diamond series though on them when they put just glitter all over them. That's what they did with the Macho Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then the Rock, you know, with the Just Bring It on there with the mic in hand. Those pops look legit as hell, and I didn't even Funko was ridiculous. So I just went straight to pop in a box, and I got them within moments, and it was fantastic.
Nice. All right. So thank you to Talkamania and Red Meepaw for subscribing. That is so awesome. I wish we had more like wrestling stuff to talk about with Talkamania being in here. And thank you Chaos Theory Pod for joining in as well. Okay, let's get into this because we did a lot of talk about what we were geeking out on. So last week, Saturday, a big thing happened. But in order to start talking about that, we have to start our main segment, which is the Nerd News. Last week, DC Fandome happened. There was all types of trailers that happened. So we're just gonna, instead of going in a world and talking about each trailer, we're just gonna go blast into the big things that happened with it. Number one, JLA Snyder Cut. We got a trailer for it to nice music, and you saw a little bit of Iris West Allen and more Dark Side and all types of stuff. What'd you guys think of the trailer?
I disagree with the one qualification you gave it, which was the nice music, and that's just because I'm so sick of the song Hallelujah. And that wasn't even a good version of it.
It's the super slowed down version.
Great. Yeah, okay,
Well,
Jeff
it's
Healy
very
does
good
a better
homage
super
to
slow version. That
Watchmen.
was-
You know, Hallelujah
Yeah.
when they were up in the owl ship. You know, but
Absolutely. Maybe that's why I'm so sick of it. I watched Watchmen like last week.
That could be why. Yeah,
The footage looks great though.
I wish
I
it'd
mean,
been a female.
I'm willing
but
to watch.
Which one are we talking about right now? I apologize. I was looking at
Snyder Cut.
chat room.
Snyder Cut Justice League trailer.
Yeah, I agree with the whole song thing. Nick was like, oh. All right.
Everything was great except for the music choices, and that's what.
It made me think of
does it?
Shrek, man.
I-
That's like the last thing I thought of was Shrek. Like,
Oh.
my goodness.
I haven't heard it in a long time, so it didn't bother me. I just kind of wish it had been done by a female because I think the men versions are a little overrated. Well, not overrated, but I think some of them are just. I think there's some really good female versions out there that don't get credit. So
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Cats?
I just,
I'm excited. I am. I think Snyder is going to do a great job here. I'm very optimistic on this. 4 1-hour
Mhm.
episodes, pretty much. Very much potential to continue Justice League 2, which I think a lot of people want. Dark Seed, and there's a lot of scenes they showed. So, I think it's going to be really good, and we'll hopefully wrap up everything back to what it was supposed to be originally before Snyder left.
Masonic thinks it looks badass. Of course, that's what Masonic thinks. But I mean, it looks like the feel that it was supposed to be from beginning to end on the trailer, because you could tell the tonal shift. HJZ
Also, are they gonna
Grok
fix the
is
potato
singing Hallelujah in the chat room, the minor chord and the major.
and I can hear it in her voice too.
Go ahead, I see what you're gonna say.
I was just gonna ask if they're gonna fix the potato face mustache thing for
Yeah, because
Masonic.
they don't have to film those scenes.
They have enough time to redo the the CGI.
No, I mean,
terrible
the
CGI.
reason we got Potato Face was they changed the whole tone of the story, had to bring him back to film with his beard.
Oh, yeah,
when they
yeah.
already had it
Okay.
filmed, so they
So
don't
those
have
scenes
to.
won't even be in there.
No,
Nice.
so no Potato Face. And I'm sure he'd be, if you needed to refilm stuff, I'm sure he would definitely be willing to refilm after seeing what his face looked like with as a spud, or as almost a little bit tighter mouthed than Arse face looked in Preacher. So
Potential Bizarro cameo right there,
okay, another quick trailer reactions that we got. Suicide Squad gave us the entire who everybody was playing in the cast. There's a lot of people, which means there's probably
so
a
many.
lot of dead people.
Well, I
It's
watched
dead.
an extra
It's
like
right?
Go,
I watched like one of those extra analysis videos afterwards because
Mhm.
that led into it. They're like, hey, breaking down all the new people we're seeing in the Suicides. There's like 20 of them,
Mhm.
and a lot of them are minor characters that weren't even marquee names in the books they were in. They're people
feel
that
like
were like,
Her cameos.
Only like 3 characters are carrying over. Everybody else is new, I feel like.
Oh man, I am
I
so sad
love
now.
that Nathan Fillion's in it.
I am
That
so
who?
sad. HJZ Grok came in and said, "Can we talk about how Ron Funches is not playing King Shark?" I would have loved Ron Funches as the voice of King
I love,
Shark.
yeah. I mean, I'm not against Steve Agee. I do like Steve Agee, but I mean, because they're buddies, they're tight with each other, so it's kind of hard to be
They were
angry.
frequent competitors on At Midnight.
But I do like Ron Funches.
And welcome, Sir Talmor. Yeah, you missed the beginning of the show. We had a moment of silence for Chadwick Boseman. So thank you for joining in, though. Yeah, what do you guys think about other members of the cast? And
I mean, John Cena's in it,
Like I
so
said, James
we'll be
Gunn's
interested to
known
see.
to.
he was? Wait, I didn't see him anywhere.
Well, I saw his name, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if we'll see him. But John Cena's
He's in
name,
it
Is it-
somewhere.
it's enough to overcompensate for Pete Davidson being in there.
Oh my god!
We had to get a wrestling joke in somewhere. We had to get-
Yeah.
We got some new wrestling
I-
listeners tonight, man. We got to give them something.
I love that Nathan Fillion is in it as Arms Fall Off Boy.
Yeah.
Like that's literally his arms fall off. That's his power.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah, there is still a bunch of speculation because the one person that wasn't announced that we know is in this cast is Taika. They did not announce who Taika's playing in this still, so Taika is in the film. Now that there's rumors that he's playing Ratcatcher 1, because you know they showed us he's playing Ratcatcher 2. So, did you guys have any other thoughts on Even the little after
Rucker's in
scene,
it,
like
so it's
showing the
like-
behind the scenes filming of it.
I think Gunn did a pretty good job, like under not very known superheroes or villains, whatever you want to call them, choosing the cast. Unfortunately, I saw Birds of Prey before Fandom, and wow, that was a pretty horrible film. But
It was fine.
so, but I think it's gonna be good. I'm very excited to see what Gunn's gonna do here, pretty much.
Nice.
I like that he gives his brother the weirdest roles.
Always.
I don't like the hair buns. I don't like the Princess Leia knockoff hair buns. Not impressed with that.
For what?
For Harley Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
No,
I was so
well,
confused.
not you. But I mean, that was what was one of her cool looks from the first one was the long, dual colored ponytails or pigtails, excuse me. So not impressed. And then did Margot change her voice? Because it's been a while. I refuse to watch the first Suicide Squad ever
I
again.
feel like it's a little bit thicker Bronx.
Is it? Because it didn't sound the same to me. I actually thought they recast it at first, and then I was like, no, they didn't. But so her look and everything in the trailer didn't strike me because I was really excited to see her in the first one based on the trailer. Now I'm kind of like, I'm just not feeling her right now. So.
I just watched Birds of Prey the other day, and I watched Suicide Squad not too long before that, and I feel like her voice has definitely changed with her character, and I think it's because one reason I don't know if it's exactly, but her character in Birds of Prey is like evolving from the Harley Quinn that was in Suicide Squad to be more of like a mobster Harley Quinn. And so I think that they did change her voice absolutely to kind of follow along with her progression of her role.
I'd be okay with that, but the hairstyle, I'm never gonna be okay with that.
Just give us red and black. Just give us red and black.
Yeah.
With the hood, and just give us that. That's all I want.
Just give us that. But yeah, I mean, those, like I said, the Princess Leia knockoff buns, like just GTFO with that shit.
I agree with that one.
HJC Grok in the chat room has made the perfect point of Suicide Squad. You rewatch Suicide Squad for Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
and
that bar
Masonic,
scene.
Yeah, that's fair. But
yeah, Masonic said that's the best part of the film is her. Squirrel Boy Nemo said we need to give Hoovian a raise after I gave him a heart attack last time.
Yeah.
I think that was when the emergency happened and we didn't know what was going on. Ruru2 joins us in the chat room. What's up, Ruru2? Where's the nerd? Where's Nerd? Nerd! We need your announcement there. Beacon's also there. There was nothing good about that movie. Suicide Squad was trash.
No, I really did like Margot as Harley.
Unless you listen to Ayers, because Ayers says that it was Warner Brothers that made it trash. He needs his cut now, just like Snyder's getting his. So,
oh my god, I let me find that guy, and I got a place I can kick him so he can reconsider that notion.
If he didn't cast Jared Leto as Joker, then I would have given him some credit. But he cast Jared Leto as Joker. So, all right, next quick talk about Black Adam. What'd you guys think? I mean, the thing we found out with Black Adam 1. We got no footage, but we got some cool little cartoon drawings of it.
It was storyboarded.
Yeah, he's going to be with JSA in this. Everybody's saying it looks like he's against the JSA, but the way I watched that video, it sounds like he's working with the JSA. They just kind of collide a little bit on who should be jury.
To me, that trailer said that he's kind of like the guy that Cena's playing in Suicide Squad, the guy that's going to get what he needs done no matter what the body count is. And I definitely got a vibe towards the end of it that it was like, okay, he might try working with them, but they're not going to like his methods, and that's going to come back and be conflict.
Yeah.
You put this man in anything, and it's
it'll work. Yeah.
I think
it's a PG Deadpool.
What's that?
I'm kidding. Because Deadpool can't work with the X-Men. He does his own thing.
Well, I think
only he doesn't swear like a freaking sailor while doing everything.
It's got to lead somewhere. I mean, working with JSA, it's got to lead to something with Shazam. So with the Shazam sequel, I would imagine that's going to come into play at some point of that movie.
Okay. Anybody else? Is that it? Did you silence everybody?
It was storyboards and a voiceover. There was nothing to judge.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a voiceover. The end line was a little cheesy. But,
Hey, it was better than the Shazam one where it's just like finally at the end it's like, oh, here's the title of Shazam 2. Yeah. Go to hell. That's exactly what that panel was. All right.
That one.
I missed that one. Yeah.
That's two more movies. Wonder Woman 84. What'd you guys think of the trailer? You finally saw Cheetah.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed at all with Kristen Wiig. Way more excited about Chris Pine and Gal Gadot. They were the best part of the first one. She looked like a bad Batman and Robin Poison Ivy knockoff with the frizzy ass hair and the glasses, carrying around little clipboards and wanting to be a villain or whatever.
Me and you were talking about this a little bit before the cast, and I agree. She looked a lot like the frizzy Uma Thurman character at first, but even I watched it on a big screen TV. I know you watched it on your phone. Even when she changes into her like dream form or gets her wish or whatever and becomes the cheetah thing, that still looked janky as
Yeah. I couldn't get a good angle on my phone during the fight scene, so I don't know. But like when I remember this, like Wonder Woman flipped her and like her tail like poofed up like a cat, and I was like, really? I'm like, is this what?
Yeah, but that was Kristen Wiig's improv. So
yeah, there you go. But yeah, was not impressed at all with anything Kristen Wiig brought to the trailer. So I really hope it's better. I really hope that wasn't like the cream of the crop that they picked for her. But I loved Chris Pine in every single second of that trailer.
The parachute pants is so
parachute pants all the way.
The way I fly, nobody can find me. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention radar.
Yeah, that. But the two things. One, the parachute.
The delivery of that line.
Not even just the delivery, but like the delivery of the fanny pack. How he pulled that around.
Parachute pants. Is everybody parachuting?
But he played it so well. Just the deadpan delivery of, I think we can do better. Like, I'm not going to fully insult you right now, but yes, I think we can do better.
Cats, did you have any thoughts on the Wonder Woman trailer?
I hate to say this. I actually think this was one of the weakest trailers of all the fandom. I think Cheetah looks pretty cool. I think it was a good concept art of what I've seen or the actual trailer of it. But I just wasn't very impressed with this movie at all, the trailer at all. I think they're gonna have some good scenes. Like they have a lot of good funny scenes into it. The outfit and gold armor was pretty badass. But other than that, I don't have high hopes on this one.
Well, you got to remember though. I mean, the way that I watched that trailer is that Cheetah is not the main bad guy. The Cheetah's not the main villain. The main villain is the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, not actually. I mean, Baby Yoda and the.
I know what you're talking about. Chat room got a couple good comments about some of the stuff. Back to Suicide Squad really quickly. Pecan said that the Ayer cut consists of more Leto Joker, so even the Ayer cut can't be good.
Maybe it makes sense.
I guess. HJZ Grok said Wig likes to run. What we got out of the trailer. Ruru2 said Cheetah needs more rendering time. HJZ Grok watched the Wonder Woman trailer 3 times and is excited. Ruru2 likes dad jokes Chris Pine. And,
love it.
It was the cream of something.
Let's be honest. The reason that I'm going to see Wonder Woman 84 is specifically for the scenes of her walking around explaining the 80s to Chris Pine.
All right, so one of our friends that we had on the cast, Ron Miltz from Nerd Life Crisis, they did their DC Fandome reaction, and I'm going to put this question to you guys because they brought this up. The cheetah. Maybe it's not looking good to you right now, Cats, but if you had Kristen Wiig cat butthole like in the movie Cats, then would you be interested in Cheetah?
No way in hell. No way. That's funny you brought that up, but I won't. We'll talk about that when we have the Batman segment come up next.
Okay. They just brought it up on their cast. If you check out Nerd Life Crisis. It's a fun listen.
Oh God, I haven't heard that episode yet.
Okay, so last movie trailer was the Batman. Give me your reactions. I know this one's gonna be nuts. Go, somebody.
Okay,
I'll be the first to say it. I'm not upset with it. It looks okay.
Say what you really want to say. Say that you're gonna love it. That you're gonna love it.
I will say what I've been saying for the last year since we heard that our Pattinson was going to be the sparkly bats. The dude actually has talent outside of Twilight. He's been a solid actor in a lot of low scale movies. And after seeing this trailer, I'm not upset. I'm going to see it.
Anybody else?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been a fan. I wasn't jumping on the critics and the harshness that Pattinson got because I've seen him in a lot of other things. Goblet of Fire is one of my favorite movies because his character dies. But Water for Elephants, a bunch of other stuff. Like he's done a bunch of great, good stuff acting. Take it away from Twilight, and even his acting in Twilight isn't that bad. It's the crap that's around it and the story that goes with it, parts of it that make it that bad. But this trailer, the only thing that I had against the trailer was that when his Bruce Wayne looks like he should be playing Dick Grayson as Nightwing, and that was my only issue with it. But other than that, I'm excited for this. Like everything about it, given the fact that Colin Farrell doesn't look like the Penguin.
He doesn't look like Colin Farrell either, so we're good.
Well, exactly. So, and I think it's fantastic. I think this is going to be a great
It looks like a
for him,
60-year-old burn victim.
better than Bullseye. But so he's getting a chance to redo some stuff. But I'm excited for this movie.
Cats or Super.
I listened to it while I was driving, and I thought the audio was really, really good. I was going to see it regardless. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to actually sit down and watch that one because I forgot that I didn't actually watch it, and then we were already going live. So I was like,
so you haven't seen the trailer yet?
I haven't technically seen it, but I did hear it because
I was
like,
want to
I'm gonna
pop up the trailer right now and have her watch it just to get her reaction.
Oh, yeah, you
But
watch
it was,
now.
Just
but
do
it
it.
sounded
Do
really
it.
good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she won't see it if I bring it up, but I almost want to see
I
I almost want
Yeah.
her to go like watch it on her phone and come back and tell us what her thoughts were
Yeah.
on it. I mean,
Somebody can cash in some points right there to get that.
I do want to say really quickly. Did you have anything, Katz, about the trailer, real quick before I?
It has a lot of potential. Like I said, the Riddler is obviously one of the villains, which we're going to see a different style of villain, of Riddler. Even though Colin Farrell is the Penguin, he's actually not the Penguin yet. He's Cobbleworth, whatever.
Cobblepot.
Yeah,
Is that
Cobblepot.
why
Excuse
he
me.
looks so weird?
Well, yeah, with all the prosthetics that could do that. Yeah. It's good. It's a good look for him. So it's something different. And then the question of the day, like I said, what was the Bruce Wayne is the issue I kind of have also too. Bruce Wayne has that persona of being rich and elegant. It's that image, and he doesn't have that in this one. And I'm just wondering, is that if it's going to be like, okay, is that how he's going to start developing that? Because it's a young Bruce Wayne. It's year 2 of Batman. That's the comic book it's supposed to be taken off of. So, but we'll see. It's very potential. He doesn't sparkle, so I'm happy with that right off the bat. So I'll take that right now. But it has a lot of potential.
That's because they only show dark images, and he only sparkles with the sun.
Well, there was the point where he's attacking her. He drops down into a group of criminals, and they're all like, "Who are you?" After he beats the shit out of this one guy, and I wanted him to look up and be like, "Say it."
Say my name. Say my name.
Empire.
Oh God. Okay. No, he's vengeance. Okay. Okay. So a couple things to the chat room, really quick, because God, you guys are awesome. You got a bunch of stuff going on in this chat. And that's why we do this live, so that you can all interact and everything. I do still love that HJZ Grok put in here, "Cat ladies everywhere will see the movie just for Kitty Beehole." And Sir Chalmers said between bat nipples and cheetah butthole, DC has tits and ass covered. So.
And just like that,
we actually didn't bring up Catwoman.
All things
What's
nerd.
your thoughts on Catwoman on this?
Yeah, we also saw Catwoman in this as well. Yes, who's being played by Zoe Kravitz's daughter. Or daughter.
No, Zoe Kravitz is her name.
Zoe
Lenny
Kravitz, which is Lenny Kravitz's daughter. Okay, so Red Meat Paw asked, how many times are they going to reboot Batman? This isn't a reboot.
Does it matter? Does it matter?
Well, yeah, he keeps the lights on over at Warner Brothers, so they don't care. But this really isn't a reboot. It's just taking place in year 2. You're not going to get the whole like, let's show you the story of how his parents died again. They're not even this is what people have been wanting from a Batman movie for a long time. Not Robert Pattinson, a detective story, and that's what the focus of this is let Batman be a detective. He is the greatest detective. That's what his title is. Let him be a detective.
That's what DC is named after.
Thank you. I was about to make the same comment. Thank you. I see.
But yeah, they'll keep doing it. And then people aren't super as excited as I thought they were. He was overused in anime universe and movies and video games. So God, there's so much stuff in here, guys. Sorry, I can't keep up.
Pattinson's hair is just too floppy. That's the only problem I had with it.
Sabretooth. What? I can do that. I can deal with that. Right.
Okay, so
Fred.
To the point of Colin Farrell not looking like Colin Farrell, Jeffrey Wright in an interview said that he had a scene with Colin Farrell, and he worked with that makeup artist before, not realizing that he had put his makeup on Colin Farrell. Literally walked past Colin Farrell like, "Hey," to this guy that just like nodded at him, and then looked at the director and was like, "Hey, where's Colin? Are we gonna film this scene?" Even he didn't recognize. So on set. So that's how good Colin Farrell looks. So.
To be fair, he had a major head injury between the time he put the makeup on and took it off, or saw him there.
So the last two things we're going to talk about before Super comes back and gives us her thoughts on the Batman trailer. Masonic does say that it's still fishbowl head on the suit. There is rumors that Batman starts out with a more low-grade built together suit. That's why you see kind of the boots the way that you see them. And then later in the movie, he retrogrades down to a more streamlined suit. So
well, in the trailer, when he's driving the motorcycle, you see the Batcave pretty much, and it doesn't look like the Batcave. It looks like this is a cave with a bunch of little gadgets and gizmos here. So,
like an empty loading dock.
Yeah, it looks like a dock.
Pretty much, exactly.
So, all right, yeah. So we got 2 trailers for 2 video games. Gotham Knights, which is Batman's gone, so everybody, all his little hench people, Robin and Batgirl and Red Hood, who would play anybody but Red Hood? I'm sorry, that's all I'd play is Red Hood. But you play as these different characters taking care of Gotham. We got that, and we got Justice League kills the JLA, which has the original voice of Harley Quinn, voicing Harley Quinn from the cartoon. So, what do you guys think of the two video game trailers? And then we're gonna get right into nerd news after that, the rapid fire.
They look fantastic. I know at least one of them was coming from the same people that did the fight system for the Arkham games. They both looked like they had great fight systems. I was impressed.
Knights over the Suicide Squad all day, every day. But then again, I feel like the Knights look better as far as like what you're gonna see, whereas the other one just like a damn movie trailer, like a cartoon animated trailer. So I didn't really get much of that. But just the way it was playing off, I didn't get much out of that and wasn't really too excited. Where Knights, I feel like I'm playing like a Star Wars game or something like that along those lines.
Well, that's the thing. We saw more. It looks like we saw more of the gameplay of Knights, but the Suicide Squad one is the one that's made by the same people that did the Arkham games. Mm-hmm. So you know the fight system's going to be good.
And they said it falls into the same universe.
Exactly what Wes has said pretty much is it's the same universe. The Suicide Squad game is in the same universe. Arkham Knight is in a different type of universe. Also, what's nice about the Arkham Knight, though, it is co-op also, and it's an open world game. So that's really, my ears are popping right there.
Ruru2 said DC stands for Daniel Craig, which played a detective in Knives Out. It all makes sense. That's the true what DC really stands for, apparently, according to Ruru2. Sorry, I had to bring that comment up.
Did he play detective, or did he play detective, or did he play Foghorn Leghorn? It was confused.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Sorry, Red Meepaw. I don't know how to adjust the audio for. Apparently, I'm too loud, or I'm not loud enough. But I turned up my stuff. Yeah, Beacon says he finds it better just not to listen to me. All right, sorry. Okay, moving on.
No
My
comment.
computer's just being funky. We are going to move on to that's Fandom. The big thing with Fandom, it got 22 million viewers around the world. There's been a lot of digital actual experiences so far this year, conventions, and none of them have, I think, done as well as Fandom did. So there's a fear that WB says, well, hey, this is cheaper. Why go back to Comic-Con? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that they'll still do the live in-person thing, or is this the way of the future?
I think we've been saying that about a lot of different franchises and production companies over the last couple of years of them stepping out, pulling out. I think when it comes down to like in-person conventions, especially Comic-Con, there's just something to it. And I think you get a whole different demographic of people to see your product. And at some of those things, you get more eyes on it than that you may not normally get to might be there for something else. Whereas when it's like Fandom and it's specific for DC, you're going to get the DC, so to speak, fanboys and to come look and watch what's there because they know it's all going to be there. But by going to these other conventions, you get passerby. The same reason why when you go to certain stores, the stuff you absolutely want is always in the back of the store, so you pass through everything else so that other people can see what's there.
I feel like Fandom got they got the trail cleared for them by Comic-Con. This whole concept of entirely online cons is fairly new. It's this whole quarantine thing. And Comic-Con was the first major one to do it, as far as I know. And they did a pretty good job. And they like I said, they kind of cleared the trail. And when Fandom came through, they knew what Comic-Con had messed up and what they had done right. And they improved on it. I think it's natural to. I don't know that it's the content of the quality or the quality of the content that actually made the difference here. I think they had a model.
Well, like I said, let's just start from the beginning here. DC just laid off a bunch of employees at AT&T pretty much, and they want to push digital. So of course they're going to push digital hardcore with this Fandom, and it was great. I will give them that. It looks great and everything like that. But they want to really like push the digital comics. They want to go digital everything, and there's some things you can do digital, some things you can't do in digital, and I just don't think cons are meant for digital, other than people who can't visit cons. So it's a good balance.
I gotta kind of disagree there. I think that's going to be because not everybody can go to San Diego for Comic-Con every year. I've been a couple of times because I lived in San Diego at the time. A lot of people on this cast can go because they live relatively close. But for everybody else around the country, they don't get to go to Comic-Con. And I think the fact that they could do all this stuff online now is going to be a major stream of revenue for every one of these cons from now on.
And that's my big thinking on it. I mean, not to jump ahead really quick, but that's my big thinking on it is that they can. I don't see why they can't just take a camera or live stream from Comic-Con because they're going to be releasing this stuff now. It's impossible to not hide it anymore like they were trying to. So they're going to release it anyway. So why not do it for the rest of the world and have it that way? So,
overcrowding at the cons has been a major issue for the last decade plus. This is great. You might get a few less people coming in, so they can probably jack up their prices a little bit more, not have it as crowded, and then make a ton more money on the people watching or buying stuff online. It's absolutely the way this is going to work going forward.
Yeah. Super. Did you watch the trailer?
I did.
What'd you think?
I'm not a fan of the combat boots. I thought that was really lame footwear for him to be wearing. And then what was the Batmobile? Was it like a souped up Camaro?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. We actually had a person at work this week, and he was driving a really nice like Dodge Charger, I think it was. And he said that he used to have the Camaro up until the Batman trailer. And then now I see what he means. He's like, no, I had to get rid of it. He's like, I can't be looking in that jacked up, messed up Camaro souped up Batmobile. He's like, He's like, no, thank you. So now I see what he's
Just
talking
was paying
about.
mine off. Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, the big scene with the combat boots walking in, and I was like, oh, great. He's in combat boots. He could be anybody. It didn't look like Batman right there.
Well,
Car's
he's not
better than a
Batman
tumbler.
yet. That's what they made the point of. He's not Batman yet. He's
A de-
put
a
on the
detective,
costume.
yeah.
No, he's put on the costume, but he's not like embraced by Gotham. He's not. He's still figuring it
Batman,
out.
but he's V Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
I really did like the noir vibe. I really liked that.
yeah, that's what I love about it. Beacon, on terms of Fandom, I think we just don't know what the future holds, and it's hard to speculate with everything going on. Sir Talmor hopes that they don't go that.
I don't want him to go that way. I spent a lot of money on my Supernatural con in Vegas.
Exactly.
I ain't doing that virtually. You give me my damn money back.
No, I'm saying you would. There's the in-person stuff would still be there. They just will also stream stuff for everybody else to make even more money.
That's what I hope they do.
Oh, that they can do. They do that on stage. Yeah, Supernatural. So they could do that. I'd be totally fine with that. Just if I'm paying the money that I pay to go to that convention.
No, and then that would make it even more prestigious. Like I said, they could raise the dollar value even more because now everybody else gets to watch it online and you get to be there.
They are raping me already in money. Do not tell Creation to raise the costs anymore. All right, just quiet.
All right, moving on. After the word raping,
I
comes
really
out, we
don't think
always
they're going to
say
show
move on.
free though. I'm being honest. Like BlizzCon charges, you have to watch it. So I would not be surprised here if someone starts doing a fee of some kind.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole new revenue stream.
Rutu says copy the BlizzCon model. And yeah, that's Star Wars Celebration also does all their stuff live as well. So to watch around the world. So yeah.
Sir Talmor says it just means that Super Raw exclusive footage is a thing of the past.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing is going to be big time live like that until there's a vaccine. Too much liability. Well, we're all keeping our fingers crossed that there's a vaccine next year. Please, God. Please. I need my conventions.
Can it be
the reports
before
that are
April,
for-
March so we can, WrestleMania doesn't get discontinued?
All right. Let's move on to talk about other things. We have rapid fire news. This is going to be how I'm going to get this done because these quick
Rapid is key here.
Yes. Rapid is key here. So rapid fire news story number 1. Oh, God. All right. So science has figured out how to was it gene splice or what was it? Squid, which is
DNA editing.
DNA edit Squid, because this is an amazing thing for them because they weren't able to get through the hard shell of their cephalopod or whatever it was beforehand, but now it gives them actual
Cephalopod is a class of animals. Yeah, they couldn't get through the pupa or the larva. They're not insects. The baby stage. They couldn't get into them.
Yeah,
Eggs.
and now it helps. This good for your future help for like figuring out things for Alzheimer's and other brain degenerative issues. What do you guys think on it? Quick thoughts.
Hey man, if they're gonna give us all the John Cena gene, why not?
None of us have seen.
Nobody could see how to do that. We cloned a sheep, Dolly, in the early 2000s. Now we figured out how to selectively change what color that sheep's wool is. We're making progress. It's awesome.
I'm having flashbacks to a John Oliver piece he did on the gene editing program of CRISPR. And I just remember there being a lot of like potential flags for this supposedly awesome technology. So I'm a little bit leery.
They figured out how to go in and change the color of the squid, right? Well, if they can figure out how to change the genes for the color of a squid, maybe they can change the genes for susceptibility to breast cancer. That's a positive.
There we go. All right. Try this again. Apparently it worked last time. Squirrel Boy Nemo said. Rapid fire news story number 2. Resident Evil's coming to your televisions. Not with not the movies on Netflix. There's actual new Resident Evil TV series coming to Netflix from the co-showrunner of Supernatural, and it's going to take the Witcher route where it's multiple story timelines, basically following Jade Whisker, as a teenager, and then after the whole pandemic, or epidemic. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm torn because as much as I love Andrew Dabb as a showrunner, and I think he handles characters really well, and he's not as good as Kripke at plotting out the long-term goals from season 1 to season 5, like because Kripke's a master at that. But I think he did fairly well over his run with Supernatural. But as much as I love him, I freaking hate Resident Evil, so I'm like torn because I want to support someone like that.
I was going to say, if this thing is not going to last 5 seasons, they're not going to need Kripke's planning skills. This thing will last season and a half, maybe.
Yeah, not 2, maybe 3, because I mean Resident Evil is very popular, so
I need Mila Jovovich.
This is gonna last 5 seasons. I think the first season only like 6 episodes. It's not even a full.
Wait. It's on Netflix though. How does it last 5 seasons? Usually you got 3 at best.
Netflix is 3 top.
Yeah, so 3. Okay. But I might give it a go because like I said, I do want to support people in their new endeavors and things like that. But it really it's like, man, really, like of all the things that are out there, you got to pick Resident Evil.
It was his favorite video game. He said. Andrew Dabb said it's his favorite video game. Go ahead, Icy.
Sonic Vader says, talk about beating up the proverbial dead horse.
And between him and Jared going to Walker, I'm like, can you guys just pick something that's not crap to start with?
Marty, Bearded.
How many movies did they do with Mila Jovovich? 8?
Good. I don't know. I lost count. But her husband was directing and write all of them. So come on. I mean, come on. Bearded. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off after the 5 episodes. I'm sorry, 5 seasons. What were you going to finish with?
I don't remember. Oh no, you know what? Like the fact that this is going to have 2 storylines going on during this entire thing, so I think that's what's going to give it some length because it's not going to be one continuous story. It's going to be 2 stories being told, so you might take a little longer time to tell that story. But I mean, if they're reimagining what's going on, it sounds like there's going to be bringing in people from the movie series too. It says "old friends," so who it's going to be, what it's going to be, I don't know. But I think there's a lot they could do, obviously, especially with the current state that we're in, that could prolong this into a series that might be more entertaining than what the movies became over a long time. Those movies got overdone, and they just kept bringing them out, which they didn't need to. But I think if you do a TV story, a movie that has some depth to it, might change it rather than just being an action-packed blockbuster.
Nice. Good points. Katz, did you have any thoughts?
Pretty much anything could be better than the movies. So
after the first one wasn't too bad.
Okay, yes, the first one. Okay, cool. After that, it was pure crap.
But
and
I mean,
what was that?
The cartoons was better than the movies. I was actually looking forward for the cartoons to come out. Like, oh my god, this is so much better than the crappy ass movies, pretty much. So, but like I said, it's gonna be Netflix. There's gonna have some longevity to it, and I think it's gonna be better than the movies. I'll leave it like that, pretty much.
All right, chat room comments. Ruru 2, another zombie TV series. Oh my god, that's never been done before. Sir Tom or Resident Evil can be based in Wuhan, China. Sin Sky Song, welcome to the chat room, said, honestly, we'll skip that Resident Evil. Like you said, Masonic Vader said, talk about being the proverbial dead horse. Ruru 2 said they canceled Altered Carbon. Great show. Can't get run into the ground in 2 seasons. And also that Netflix investing more into video game TV series should be the bigger story, which is true. Now we have Castlevania, Witcher, and now Resident Evil, right? So three video games. HJZ Grok, good point. Do Silent Hill instead. The movie wasn't great, so we do need a good series of Silent Hill.
I thought they had a Silent Hill.
They had a movie, and it was terrible. So.
No, but I thought Silent Hill was supposed to be coming out with something different, though.
Is there a series out there with Hill in the title?
They were working on the Silent Hills a while back before Kojima left Capcom with Guillermo, but then that all fell apart. So I don't know. Okay.
Can you say their names back to back 10 times fast?
No, I cannot. Sin Sky Song says Dragon's Dogma is getting an animated series on Netflix as well. Not horror, but yeah, cool.
I think Dab will do well with it though, if that was the main point, because he's very excellent at character nuances, and he to go back to Supernatural, one of the better things that he did was make those characters independent. One of the bigger flaws of the earlier seasons was the toxic codependency of the two characters, and the fact that he was able to break them apart and make them into their own characters, but still keep the dynamic as strong as it was when Kripke had it. I like that, and I think that he could do work. So he's very, very good at developing characters, and I hope he has some strong writers behind him. So
you don't want
because
Buck Lemmings
he
to
is a
follow
good
him over.
showrunner. Don't listen to the haters on Twitter. They can all just go.
You don't want Buck Lemmings to follow him over to Resident Evil?
Yeah.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Yeah. No, I can think about. I can think of some people that will not be following him to Resident Evil.
All right. Sorry, I'm going to say something else very dirty to IC Zorro as well when I talk about Rapid Fire News Story number 3.
Oh, God damn it. Yep,
He's got more work! Nick Cage! Nick Cage is voicing a character for an Amazon. Woo. Man, Nick Cage kicked me back in the room. Yeah. Nick Cage is going to voice the main character for an Amazon series where it's dragons solving crimes. Was it High Life or something like that? That's the name of the series.
High Life. He would do a High Life movie. He would do a word search, find spot the differences between these two landscapes movie. He would do that if you gave him $17. Stop giving him work. He's also an executive producer. So,
what do you guys think?
I love it.
I like
keep
his
him on screen, keep him on TV, keep him in the.
I'm sorry.
Give him all the work.
It's high
if I can
fire.
get, I can get a catalog, and it's Dwayne Johnson, John Cena. You got Nick Cage in there. Sign me up. I'll watch it all. Just keep me coming.
I will give
Sam
him
Jackson.
$3 I will give him $3.50 a day to keep my parking spot clean, and then he'll be already booked up. Maybe he'll stop making garbage.
I don't know. I don't know how good the story is going to be, but I like his voice. He was good as a voice actor as the noir Spider-Man.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So it may not be a good story he's telling, but he will tell that bad story well.
He can't play anything but Nick Cage. I can't imagine he's doing an accent or a voice of any kind. He's just being Nick Cage.
Okay, so some key points. So it's Amazon. It is from the author of Artemis Fowl as well, Ewan Colfer. And yeah, it's the book is described as True Detective by way of Pete's Dragon, and is being adapted for TV. His character, here are the details.
You see, time.
Once upon a time, dragons ruled the earth, and Lord Highfire ruled the dragons from his eyrie. But this is not once upon a time. This is now, and now all Lord Highfire rules is his shack in Louisiana's Honey Island swamp. So he's playing that character in the Louisiana swamp, drinking and solving crimes as a dragon.
Not the mama.
Okay.
Wait, no, that was dinosaurs.
Yeah, he would do a High Life commercial, is what Beacon said. Don't forget Batista, is what Beacon also said. It's a champagne of beer.
Can we just get the Tim Burton Superman movie? Him in his tights.
And yeah, so that's it. As long as Cage stays away from sponsoring Fat Tire Beer, I don't care, is what Cannon Fodder said. And thank you for joining us in the chat room, Cannon. Can you imagine Nick Cage at the end of 7? What's in the box?
No, he'd be the one in the box. His head would pop out.
Oh my god!
Oh, to the box! Bees! Bees!
Oh my god, what is that? What is that? What is that? What's that in the box? What's that?
Ooh,
Okay. Final thing. Sorry. Final thing is those weird, wacky, kooky stories that somebody's got to talk about.
We need to talk!
You talking to me?
Oh my God! Who told you?
Have you told anyone else about this?
What you talking about?
Look who's talking.
All right. So, in a small town, I don't remember where it was at, but usually Dunkin' Donuts, anything in this town has to get things approved by the actual town for what they put on their little marquees. You know, those ones where like McDonald's 10,000 served and it's written on there or whatever. Whatever, billion served or something. Yeah, those little things that you can move around. Those letters.
The marquees.
The marquees, exactly. Yeah. What I said.
Can I buy a vowel?
Sorry, I said marquee, but then I was trying to explain what a marquee is to people that don't know what a marquee is.
Oh, do we have some like people that were born like 5 years ago?
Well, you never know. We're on Twitch. So,
somebody came here from a Minecraft channel.
This member, this guy that worked at Dunkin' Donuts. It was a guy, right? I can't remember who it was, but
was it? I thought it was a girl.
Was it a girl?
18-year-old kid. All I saw was 18-year-old.
All I saw was 18-year-old kid. Either way, they put up their message, and it went viral. And it was, spicy pumpkin, ha ha ha, pumpkin tasty. To which people went crazy for this, and Dunkin' eventually had to change it to just pumpkin is back. But they had fun with it. They got it wasn't the normal, regular thing. One, I want to know what you guys think about them putting it up. But two, I want to know if you were putting up something to announce that Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin is back, what would you put up on the marquee to go viral?
They took away one of the few things that was making people laugh in 2020, so I'm never eating a Dunkin' Donuts again. I don't care what flavor you have.
So your marquee would be like, you made the pumpkin sad, go to hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you took away one of the few joys that 2020 brought to America.
Pumpkin latte Nazi. No pumpkin latte for you.
Oh.
It'd just be Super Hoovian rant. F you, Dunkin'.
Pretty much when you told us what our talking points is today, I looked this up and like, okay, I'm like, this looks interesting. And then somebody made this TikTok video of it. I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. And for a marquee sign thing, like, yeah, I can't think of anything, unfortunately.
In the chat room, this podcast is pumpkin spiced, according to Cannon Fodder. Sir Tomwood, that is latte pumpkin. And yeah, your mom is pumpkin spice. Polyfuse, pumpkin spice is for the basics. So, yeah.
It's fascinating. Apparently, nobody has ever seen, a slideshow of funny signs. I'm pretty sure the Chive does one of those like at least once.
Well, they're all over the place.
Once a day. Like I'm pretty sure I wake up every morning with a new thread of what memes that were said or signs that were said.
So
I don't know what I would say. All I know is that they get my money because pumpkin spice is life.
Yeah, and I went to Dunkin' as soon as their stuff came out. They not only do they have pumpkin, they have apple cider donuts that are delicious. So
I do like cider donuts.
If they get some apple pie moonshine in there, I'll show up.
Ooh. Hot damn.
So Beacon says pumpkin spice is the new hazelnut.
False. Hazelnut sucks. Pumpkin spice is amazing.
It's basically what we're saying is it's
what Beacon just keep talking a lot of crap today for some reason.
Well, basically what we're saying is it's pumpkin season, y'all. And
yes,
Halloween is around the corner, and Halloween is not canceled. No matter what you say, it's not canceled.
Yeah, trick-or-treating might be canceled, but Halloween's not canceled.
So,
Halloween's on a Saturday this year too, right? So let the parties begin.
I don't know if there'll be parties, but
there will be. I don't care.
Let everybody stand in their cul-de-sac 6 feet apart and drink. Yes, while in costume.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. That's all we got for the show. Let us know what you thought about Cats. Does he make the final cut? Does he get to come back for more shows? I think he did well, but
they're gonna be like, he talked less than the rest of them. Get everyone else gone and let him stay on.
Let us chit chat and type more. That's what we're here for. Screw these guys talking. Thank you guys for coming and talking with us. Let's talk about where you can follow everybody outside of this cast. If you want to talk nerd, geek, and pop culture. IC Zoro, where can people follow you if they're perusing the internets?
At IC Zoro on Twitter, Instagram, and PlayStation Network.
Masonic Vader says Pumpkin Spice, the missing Spice Girl. You're right. Damn, they should have had a Pumpkin Spice for the Spice Girls.
Well, and I'm in the middle of typing back, but the Pumpkin Spice Girl is fat bastard.
Damn you, IC.
I'm sorry. Am I biting all your jokes too early today?
You're ruining my pumpkin spice. Because now I'm gonna go get my cold brewed pumpkin spice tomorrow, and all I'm gonna picture is fat bastard.
Oh, get in my belly!
Get in my belly! Oh, damn it!
Please do that in line.
Oh my god, I gotta see that.
Okay.
I'm sad because I drink pumpkin spice, and I drink pumpkin spice because I'm sad.
When you're going to go get that, where can they follow you to see all your photos?
Extra whipped cream and a beard too.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at @abeardedmaster, as well as boot to the face _ on Instagram and boot to the face on Twitter. And in a week, to find me, I gotta figure out start playing some Twitch or it's online because Tony Hawk 1 and 2 is released next Friday. And that's where I will be, because online play is active on this
Nice.
release.
Super. Where can people follow you outside this cast? And
you can follow me on Twitter at Super Hoovy and Nut, and the next 2 weeks is probably going to be filled with all the depressing goodbyes from the Supernatural set, because that's what everyone's focusing on right now on Twitter. Because I refuse to look at anything else, even though it's depressing. It's a good kind of depressing. And you can follow me on Instagram at SuperHoovianFreak, where mostly it's pictures of this grumpy little butt right here.
That cat really wants to tell you where to follow it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Cat Sadao. Where can people come chit-chat with you?
Pretty much you guys just follow me on PSN, cats_Sadao, and then I'm on Twitch, cats_Sadao. I don't really stream there much. I'll probably be starting here next few weeks here. And also probably going to be starting a comic book stream, hopefully here soon. But that's where you guys can find me.
Yeah. I am S5150. If you want to follow this podcast, you can check us out over on malice-corp.com. Wherever you are watching or listening, please subscribe. Make sure to leave us a review if you can, and tell one person. Just tell one person about us. That's all we ask. And if you want to come do all this nerdy stuff all the time and chit-chat and have laughs and joke around, Facebook.com/groups/all things nerd podcast. We're always over there. We're always dropping memes and GIFs and having some fun. Thank you guys for joining us. If you want to follow me, I am on Instagram at Mess5150 or on Twitter at Mess_Malice Corp. We will see you maybe next Friday, depending on how things go. Otherwise, we will be having our first break in 4 years of missing an episode, but we're hoping that a savior will come through and help us out with the stream. So
stay tuned.
2 weeks from now, Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/MaliceCorp. You keep nerding on, and we'll see you later.
Mittens, why are you so angry? This is why I don't sleep anymore.
Oh my God.